Welcome, everybody. I am Rebel. This here is the Nation Underground podcast. This month here we are doing mental health and what it is to be a streamer and have all that junk in your trunk. But anyways, my good friend, Mr. Good Times himself is here with us in studio.
Thank you. You can please be seated. Thank you.
But I'm going to let him take over the conversation for a little bit. Tell us who you are, where you stream, what you stream, if you plan on streaming again, and let's see, what's your favorite classic car, since you're a car guy. So start out about who you are. Take it away.
I'm Good Times. It's always a good time. I mean, that kind of sums it up. So, first thing, you said, I think he's going to come back streaming. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, I think you are.
So, I've been live more than once the past week. So, I think I consider myself a streamer.
Okay. So it's official. He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Twitter has been reactivated. Bro, what's up with my mic stand? So with the way like technology's going tonight, I'm waiting for my mic to just go boom, camera go off, and yeah, we need to have King Murder build me a better setup.
We got to have the blooper reel, man. We got to have the blooper reels. Just don't fall out of your chair.
That'd be really hard, but we can come up with something. But yeah, man, I'd say that Good Times is being back as a person and individual, yes. As the same old thing, and what I did, no. I have kids, I have a life. It's hard to dedicate a lot of time to just sitting down and playing video games, if that makes sense. Some can, some can't. I think I'm more back as far as wanting the relationships, wanting to make a difference, wanting to share what I feel like is my strengths, if that makes sense.
No, totally. So what got you into streaming to start with? Why don't we start back from the beginning?
You know, I knew you was going to ask me that. So, like, I've done some soul searching. So, if you know me, I'm not very good at video games. But there was one game that I was good at. And it was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. You know, they had the jumpy suits, the jumpy jumpsuits.
Oh yeah, the space one. Yeah.
I bought a scuff controller. Boy, I thought I was Nate shot up and coming, bro. And then I feel like just watching other people's streams. Well, you got to remember, at that point in time, Xbox had just came into putting Mixer on their consoles. So, like, you literally couldn't miss, hey, go live now. Click this purple button, you know? So that's where it started. And met a lot of friends. And they just, I met streamers, people that did it. And I'm talking, when I say streamers, I'm talking about, like, they'd grind 12, 16 hours a day to one person, and maybe their grandma would stop in. I mean, that's the kind of streaming we did, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes still that way.
It's and then, so believe it or not, Murder. Was you streaming when I first met you? Or did you start because I introduced you to it? I'm trying to remember.
But yeah, streaming is a whole different ball of wax. Everybody thinks it's easy.
Yeah, but it was totally for like just my goal back then was to be. We had clans in Advanced Warfare,
Mm.
so we had a group of like 8 to 12 people. We called ourselves Crucible of Souls, COS. Okay,
Crucible
and
Souls.
and so they had clan wars like every once in a while on this game, and we would just dominate. And then I was streaming at that time, so like the whole clan's there. So I felt like, oh man, I'm gonna get rich. I'm never gonna have to work again. And I just kept going, man. And then I wanted a computer and uh, saved up for that. Bought my first PC, and then once the game died, I kind of just took it on to other games. And then the community kind of turned into just having a good time, laughing at good times because I'm a retard, you know. And then life gets in the way of things sometimes, and you have to reset your priorities. And I went through a stage where I stepped back for a minute and got some things in order. And, I could say that I'm back just with a different agenda, if that makes sense. Like, I know that I'm not one of the few and the fortunate. This isn't going to be my full time gig. Don't expect it to be. But I think that just that thought and accepting that has helped the way I want to go about things and content, and if that makes sense.
So do you think that, like for beginning streamers and stuff like that, because we do expect it, we have high expectations of making it big and wanting to do this full time, but do you think that just kind of letting it flow, not expecting the big things, not expecting it, do you think that would kind of like maybe enhance the streaming experience to the point to where it would just happen to where, one day it's just you might blow up?
I think it depends on the person you are and this type of streamer you are when you go live. I think there's some that probably could go live and not speak and just play games. And they'd be huge, just from skill level. So I feel like there's two different ones. There's like skill based streamers, and then there's like content creators, where it's what comes out of your mouth that is what matters, you know? Now, for that type of streaming, I think that what you said has some truth. Because when you set an expectation that's high, and some goals are good, but if you set goals that just aren't realistic or obtainable, when you don't meet them, like to be honest, I've had nights and tears um, over streaming for sure because you just don't get nowhere. You put your all into it. But again, though, I had goals set here that like really up here, but the camera won't see my hand. Like whoosh, miles away. But yeah, just being yourself, man, and just going live if that's what you're passionate about. You cannot go wrong just being yourself. If 3 people like you, you're successful. If 300, you're successful. If one, and you're being true to yourself, that's a win. Just saying. Is
No,
that
it's
Triple Trey?
yep. There's Mr. Trey.
Oh boy.
His bot. That's his bot. We call him. That's not really Trey. We call him a bot because it's the same thing every time he comes in. What are you doing? Watch. It'll come up. What are you doing? But no, that's totally truth. I mean, I felt the same way. I burnt myself out. I did a lot of things. I tried the grind. And the grind doesn't work. No matter, like you said, it depends on. I contribute to my age. I don't fit in with the new kids. I don't fit in with the kids. I don't fit in the kids table.
Yeah, you
So,
do.
I mean, I can. I'd have to have a few back on, I have to knock a few back in order to do it, but that's why I always.
If like during your interviews anybody's ever like talk smack to you, but my name's Good Times, and you know what you were bringing on the show, sir. So I feel like you're kind of in the same boat as me in a sense.
Yeah.
We're just not the best at video games.
No. I found that out last year. I found that out when I started doing this. I suck at, I mean, I like playing video games.
Right. I mean, we're not terrible, but like we're also like not top of the leaderboard every game
No, it's
or
because we have fun.
or any game. I don't know. Sometimes it's tough, man. And that's I struggled with that too, man. Like I wanted to be the best at
Mhm.
playing games. I did it with you for a minute. Like we'd spend days just with sniper rifles, just trying to get quick sniping down.
Yeah.
I mean, Trey, this guy,
Yeah.
and that was depressing too, and I could never get there. I just don't have the skill with shooters, man.
No, I mean, it's just like I remember when we, me, you, Mrs. Good Times, and we could get some, some of our, I call they're not random, but our random friends would come in and play with us. We'd sit there and play 2-3 hours of just doing crazy ass shit, you know, and we were just having fun with it, not worrying about the numbers, not worrying about who was watching us at that point in time,
Yeah.
and those are the days I remember, the fun days. And it seems like it was just like years ago. I mean, it was a couple years ago, but I mean, it was just like, I always contribute streamer years to like dog years, because it seems like if you're, so I've come up with my own theory that 1 year that you're a streamer actually is 3 years that you've been a streamer.
A lot can happen, that's for sure. Like, I swear, a lot can happen. Like, I can disappear for a couple months and come back, and it's like, oh, this site's completely different. Or wait, who's this guy that's got 40,000 viewers? I've never even seen or heard of this guy.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. Like, you have your handful of successful ones, and then these random new people just come, and it's an explosion. I don't know. Probably a
Yeah.
curse.
No, I think a lot of it is, they clicked on that link that says buy my follows, and buy my views.
I think I tried that once, like 10 years ago. I got some follows, and then they all just like disappeared like 3 days later, and it was all like John 1 2 and John 1 2 3 4 and John 1 2 3 4 5 6. And, you know, gosh,
But no, that's some of the things that, yeah, that's one thing I struggled with for the longest time, and I know you did too. And like I said, I know real life, family, and everything else, took priority over doing everything. And I think that happens to a lot of us. It comes to a point that's like, okay, we put all into this, we've done it, and then, then real life kicks in. It's like, okay, it just kicked me in the ass, and I got to go do this.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of a weird subject because I truly feel like if I would have done things different on a personal level, I could have prevented having from walking away. So it really goes to one could take this as a lesson, like keep what's important and first, no matter what, and then you don't really have to worry about dropping things. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like
priorities.
just because I had
Prioritize.
to stop it to keep my job and keep my head in the game, per se, that doesn't mean it's streaming's fault. That means I'm a shitty employee who didn't put my job first. You know what I'm saying? Like you can look at it multiple different ways. So I don't know. I don't like to blame it on streaming. It's all about balance, and if you want it bad enough, then you'll figure out that balance.
Yeah, I think that's a secret sauce is trying to find that balance. Um, no, it's an
Sorry,
addiction.
brother.
It literally becomes an addiction. Because it's a challenge. So that challenge releases the serotonin in your brain or dopamine in your brain, and they're saying, I want more. And then into the point where the dopamine dies and then you burn out.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I still, like I said the other night, I don't know how, You stuck it out. I mean,
I came to that, what you said, the realization. I don't focus on, trying to be big on this platform or the streaming platform. I've been focusing more on like social media stuff that I can do at work while, that I can control while I'm working. So that's where I think I've placed my stuff into, is like Twitter and, TikTok, just interacting with people on those type of platforms, because I can't interact always with here because I'm at work for, 9-10 hours a day.
yeah, that's one thing I wish I would have known 10 years ago, is that when you're live, that's not was what going to get you seen necessarily. It's what you do when you're not live. Like, that would have helped me with my feeling like I needed to be live every night, when really once a week is fine. But are you on your socials and keeping up with people all week? That could just make the difference. And I think that kids are realizing that now, and that's why we're looking at, multi-million-dollar streaming channels. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I got a guy that I followed for probably 8 years, and he literally does that. It's once a week.
Yeah.
And it's 2 hours when he does go. And the second he hits live, 30 minutes in, he's got his whole community there.
Yeah.
But he's also in his Discord every day. He's on his Twitter. He replies to DMs. He's making TikToks, So I just think that's cool.
No, I think that's, that's one of the things that, like you said, I think everybody's finally realizing that, just like you said, going live every day, because, that's what they preach to us when we first start streaming, is that consistency. You got to be consistent. You got to grind. You got to do this. I mean, that was the thing back then. China is not stealing our information from TikTok. Jesus.
Who said that?
Trey.
Oh my gosh. Trey, when did you become such a troll, bro?
He's always been a troll. But we fell into that rabbit hole of, we need to grind, we need to do this, because that's all they taught us. That's the reason, I don't, I know this is yours, but, in the topic, is that's the reason why I started doing this main thing, is because there's not enough of these type of things out there, information wise, that tells you the cold hard truth, that gets it from the word of the streamers themselves, that have succeeded and have, backed off and are coming back and things like that. So it's just, we fell down that rabbit hole when we first started, because it was new.
But I will say that I probably would have never stopped. Mixer really broke my heart,
And
you feel like you've climbed a mountain and you're cresting the top, and then it's all ripped out from under you. And then we go to Twitch and we start to grind again, and there's just no traction whatsoever, and then it just takes a couple things, and it's kind of like, all right, I'm done.
Yep.
But I've seen that happen with probably a dozen of our Mixer friends we've had,
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them are coming back, too.
Well, I think, because I know a few of them have come back, and they've gone on and done different things that still have to contribute to streaming. But yeah, no, I think what needs to be told is just, that you need to not, like you said, you need not to grind every day, 10 hours a day. You need to find other avenues.
If that's your prerogative and you're able to do that, and you don't have to, or you're rich or whatever the case may be, that's fine if that's what you do and that's what your hobby is. But realistically, like, how are you going to get a community that can dedicate their whole day into interacting with you? Like, come on, bro, we're entertaining, but like all day? I mean, I can only watch so much South Park, Jeez.
Yeah, definitely. It's just like on the TV, they've been rerunning one of Jay and Silent Bob's movies. And I'm like, holy crap, every time I turn around this on, it's like, okay, I've already watched it twice this week. I can't watch it anymore. Say edgy stuff.
What is up with Trey? What is up with this guy? What's happened to him?
I don't know. Like I said, it's a bot. We've come to the conclusion, me and Gunn come to the conclusion a few months ago that he has been captured by his wife, thrown into the bathroom and locked, thinking in the darkness. She puts these sound effects outside to make him think he's somewhere else.
No,
And
see, the problem is Trey exposed a little too much of who he really is to us. So people see this as just some gangsta. Hold on. That just brought back so many memories. Just talking about Trey and saying the word gangsta. What is it we used to say in his stream that was gangsta?
I don't know. He's done a
gangsta.
Yeah, he was the gang. He was the TT1 leader.
Yes, the TT1 gang. But we know you're not a gangster, Trey. You're an up-class businessman who sells stocks and trades.
And vests to both sides. He's an arms trailer. He's an arms trader. Oh, and that's one reason why I don't believe it is because you wouldn't be putting that on somewhere that could be traced.
Plus, bro, we seen you try to do 25 push-ups once.
Yeah,
it wasn't working out so hot. I'm just saying.
But no, that's one thing too. You mentioned something earlier about Discord. I have come to the realization, and I've actually been listening to a lot of people saying they're bouncing out of all of their Discords and just keeping theirs because they're in so many Discords that they're not keeping up with theirs. So they feel as their community in their Discord is failing because they're trying to interact with all these other people in their Discords.
Yeah, I'm sure that's hard. But I guess my mindset has been just so transformed over the past few years that I can't even imagine that because, like, I just want to worry about what's important to me, and that's real people. So, like, I don't have time for. Well, I guess networking's important and everything. I don't know. I'm just been out of the game for a minute, you know.
Yeah, but it's just like riding a bike. You'll
Like
bounce right back in.
you could literally sit and spend 2 hours a day working with someone else on their stuff easily, you know. I've seen you do it.
Yeah.
Where sometimes I think as streamers, it would do them benefit if they'd be like, hold on, let's back up here. What about me?
Yeah, I had to put that to a stop. I had to literally. It's like, okay, because my stuff was failing. My number, my everything was falling off. My number.
Bro, you're gonna be attacked by a dog. I could feel it.
I don't know what their issue is tonight.
You need a feet cam so when they attack your ankles, you can watch. What's up, Murder Big Brother? Are you Big Brother, bro? So did Murder answer the streaming question? I'm curious.
I don't think so.
Let's see.
He's on Twitch. Sorry.
He said yes, we were using Twitch.
Oh.
He was using Twitch on Xbox. Okay. So yeah, I met him right when he was starting to. No, he's he's 8 hours away. We can make a road trip, Murder. He's got a car that needs fixed.
Oh, talking about me. Yeah, I come down to fix it because I don't like working on vehicles anymore. It's the reason why it's been sitting in the driveway for a year. But no, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the fact that what we did in the beginning to where we've come now. I know you sit there and say you can't believe I'm still doing it, but it's just like I had to do that. I stepped away for a couple of months and off the streaming side of it, and just stayed in, making connections in Twitter and finally getting out of my headspace that I'm not good enough or people are going to say no. And, I was just in that headspace for a while.
Yeah.
That's
hard. Especially when, like, the circle of people you're around, like, are succeeding and crossing thresholds that you set for yourself. It's like, ouch. Oh, ouch. What am I doing wrong? It's because I'm fat. It's because I'm blonde. Although, bro,
Because I
what
had
is
no
up?
hair.
Like Twitch has got some females going on nowadays. I'm just
No.
saying. Man.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember what the stats are, but I know they're getting up there with the males. I mean, but they still have they still don't have it as easy as everybody else does. I know because it's funny. You're talking about females. It's like I had somebody ask me one time. It's like, okay, how come you only have females on your talk shows and stuff? It's like because they're the only ones that answer. I send out multiple emails and stuff like that to different male streamers. Just random streamers,
That's
and
insane. That's got to
so
be a maturity thing.
so it's like, I just if I pick this month here I handpicked everybody, so I knew they were going to come. I know most of them were coming on, but and so far everybody's coming on. I know like Glam will be on as soon as she starts feeling better. Izzy's going to be on Thursday night. So we're just going to be a little bit late Thursday night because she works. So it'll be 9:00 Eastern is when we go live Thursday night. But no, when you're talking about crossing thresholds and stuff like, I mean, what are some of the thresholds that do you have a plan now, or are you just slowly trying to figure that out?
My plan to label my live button as successful is simple. It's just to have fun and enjoy it. And that's crazy to say because I probably have said that before, but it was a lie. I mean, I ain't got nothing to hide, but I will do this, Lord willing, time given, like, as long as it's still fun for me. And there's still that inner kid in me that's like, oh man, this could be big, but like I just tell him to chill out, just chill out and go sit down and watch, you know. But I don't think it's a bad thing to have dreams, even if you never really reach them. But you never will reach them if you don't try. So even if it's a couple hours a week, a couple hours a day, whatever you want to do, all we do is work. The world's crazy, it's stressful, and take care of our families, do what we got to do. Like, keep something alive for yourself, do something you enjoy. And content creation is something I enjoy, and I just decided that I'm going to do it. It doesn't mean I have to do it 40 hours a week. I don't care if it's 1 hour a week. Like, here we go. Look out, Same.
Okay, so I mean, do you believe that just like you said earlier that it depends on the person? So it's just like, and I don't see, once you get back into it and get reestablished and get your feet back in the water and start treading around, I can see, since you have a more level head on you about what you want to do and stuff like that, just have fun. I mean, I can see you actually picking back up where you left off and continuing and growing.
See, you really think so?
Yeah, I do. Because you have it in you.
I'm having an internal battle with games currently.
But we talked about that. It doesn't have to be games.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of games that are really tickling my fancy at the
No,
moment.
there's not a lot of games, period. No, y'all ain't holding him back.
What? What do you?
It's good times.
Say? He's got a wife and 3 kiddos holding him back. Nah, she can say that, and
I know she says it jokingly.
Mentally, maybe, but that would be on my own doing. Like, to be honest with you, like, my wife lets me do whatever the hell I want. So
when she's not around.
No, I mean,
no, I'm just quoting the Man song.
No, mean, it's true. Like, I just do my
Yeah.
thing. If I come home from work and if I instantly wanted to like kick my shoes off and come in here and fire up and go live, like, I earn my money, support my family. She wouldn't say a word. Now, there's more to being a father and a husband than that. And that's where, like, I've grown up to realize that I need to be present. But she'd let me do it if I wanted to. She lets me do whatever I want. Just saying.
Yeah, I know my wife's the same way. She goes back and it's just like I text her. It's just like I have it. We have a shared calendar. Well, it's supposed to share, but apparently it didn't share this month. Um, so she's like, "What do you got going on?" It's like, "Well, I have a show this night, this night, and this night." And she goes, "Okay." So she's a teacher at school now. She got her dream job, so she's got enough stuff to keep her busy while I'm doing this. So it kind of like we have our weekends and stuff like that. So, but I mean, that's it. I mean, how do you balance your time? I mean, between work, full time work, family, and then this. I mean, does this come like last?
No, this does not come last because of self care is important, and this is a part of self care for me. Um, Work's been crazy. So like I haven't been able to do it like I have. I had problems finding an assistant manager I could um just leave my store with. So that left me like 6 days a week, open to close. Like, bro, I ain't coming home and streaming. I can barely get up the stairs to get inside. But that's calmed down. I have a pretty solid team now, so I'm devoting more time and planning on making my days shorter. Period in general to dedicate to this. I try to put my spiritual life first. I don't want to get into religion or anything like that. But then like my family for sure, my wife and my kids, and then the income that provides for us. And then I would say this, you know, but music's been a big part of it too. Like I love guitar, so when I talk about like content creation, making music's kind of in the same category for me. It just may not be something that I stream, but it's something that I'm at my setup, I'm recording. So
Yeah. I mean, have you ever thought? Like I said, I know we talked about this in the past, but have you thought about any more about doing that as a piece of content, your music?
I've thought about it, but man, this is getting real raw. Um, because like the reason I want to do it and go live is really relationships, man. Like some of the best friends and best people I know and the best times I've had in my life in conversations has been online. And that's crazy to think about. Like when I first started doing this, my friends and my family were like, "You're a fool. Those are just names and faces. Like they're not real people. Like you don't even know them."
Mm.
But like I've met some real people, bro. Like there's nights I could just go into a chat room full of people, a Discord. Hey, what was that old chat service before Discord?
Team chat, team speak.
TeamSpeak. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And like you could just that's where my friends were. You know, just like you like when I stopped. I may message you once in a while here or there, but like
Yeah.
before that, I mean, I felt like we had a relationship. You know,
Yeah.
that we talk about anything, streaming, whatever, personal, whatever. And to lose that, it was terrible. And but I just had realized that like ignore people like faces and online relationships matter too.
No, I mean we are. I mean they're real. I mean I don't care. I know that my wife's. I feel I'm in the same boat you are. It's like people are asking me too. It's especially about work. People at work don't understand a damn thing what I do.
Oh
They
yeah,
think it's
probably
crazy.
a joke.
They're like, you stream? What the hell is that? And what do you do that for? And it's like, it's just like because I, for one, don't have to go outside and go to a bar. If I want to drink, I can sit in the privacy of my own home, have a drink with some friends. We can get live like we're doing now on Discord or anything else, and it's safer. don't have to worry about go getting a DUI. You don't have to worry about, going to jail for something stupid, And if you get into a fight, you can just disconnect.
Yeah. I mean, I've just gotten older, I guess, because like I'm just over when people think like, "Oh, you guys think this is dumb? That's cool." Like feel like that, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm having fun.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that's all I got.
And I think if more people starting out, like I said, hopefully this resonates with a lot of people if they watch the videos afterwards, is, some of the information that they get from talking with you guys and gals um that it might actually be something other than just trying to get that paycheck, trying to get that paycheck from Twitch, trying to get that paycheck from whatever streaming service you're on. But to realize that you create a family, you create bonds. And I don't care what anybody says, these people are real. I mean, you can tell, just like Gunn says, oh, I get to finally put a face to a voice. Yes, we do hear a lot of voices. We do see people 99% of the time in chats. And it's always, a lot of times the people don't even, um, they chat for years in their Twitch streams or in their Discords and never once see what they look like.
Yeah. Do you have people like this? Like a certain thing will happen in my life, and I'm like, man, I wish I still knew how to get a hold of that person I played Xbox with. Like, man, I'd love to tell them this. I'd love to tell them this, that, but you just let them go away, you know?
Yeah. I mean, most of my people is just, I mean, yeah, there's a few of them. I mean, like our group that we used to be a part of, Um, there's been a couple of my mods, they just kind of disappeared, Noodle and Antagonist.
In group, are you talking about that club? Like the
Mhm.
community we were a part of?
Oh no, I don't even consider the ones that I made connections with through that I still have connections with, but
I pulled up that glimpse site or whatever earlier.
oh Glimish.
Bro, it's tiny. There was like 3 people alive, bro. I promise. I'm like, where's the library to where I can search? And I'm like, because I was looking for Cemetery Gate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where do I search his name? There's no search bar. And I'm like, okay,
Oh,
well
there isn't. That's
let's get
right.
into this name. Let's go into this subject. And like, I'm on COD, bro. There's 3 people live. And I'm like, well, this one never took off. Like, exit. Like,
Yeah. No, the only thing it had good with them is it had the faster than light chat that Mixer had. That was the only thing.
well,
You know,
Mixers like step their game up with chat, I've noticed. As far as
but
like latency.
oh, Twitch, yeah,
Yeah,
Twitch is
yeah.
yeah. Ever since they've
What did I say,
the,
Mixer?
yeah,
That's hilarious. See, bro, it's still in my heart.
yeah, ever since Twitch they updated their UI back in October, and because that's the reason why you have so much issues like with OBS and everything else, because all these programs won't are just having a hard time connecting with the new UI or AI, whatever the hell it's called for Twitch, and but no, yeah, Glimish is one of those. It's just like, well, they didn't test nothing out. It's what we were talking about, SharePlay, and not to name drop, but the new platform coming out hopefully this
Name
spring
drop.
is SharePlay. Um, SharePlay.tv. It is created by Mixer developers.
Woo!
Um, so it will be. They don't want it to be like Mixer, but they want it to have the feel of what you felt like being on Mixer.
Sign up and get your gamer tags now.
Yeah, I think they got their hosts finally migrated because I got my email today for this channel.
Yep.
Um, but no, I mean, yeah, community is what Mixer was good, and I'm glad Mixer was around because I think if I tried to if I tried to be where I'm at right now with only knowing Twitch, I probably wouldn't be here today.
Oh, bro, hold on. I remember one of your first Twitch streams.
Oh, it's still on my front page of my channel.
I do.
It was trash.
And to be honest, today I ran across your first YouTube channel too.
My
Where like
first,
you
oh,
don't even have a setup. You're sitting in your recliner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro.
God, that was like, yeah, that's been almost 5 years ago.
You were just like testing 1, 2, 3, and then you ended it.
Oh yeah, because that's when all I had was like a laptop.
Yes.
I didn't have anything else. I had a laptop and
And
my
I'm just
Xbox.
like, oh man, I so bad want to like put a collage together of like,
Yeah,
man.
because my very first piece of equipment I bought was my Elgato because everybody said you had to have the Elgato to do anything with my capture card. And my laptop was supposed to be this gaming laptop, a low end gaming laptop. Couldn't fucking run a game or OSB at the same time.
Oh, nice.
So I was just like, okay. But yeah, those are probably my test runs through that when I was playing around trying to create. I was trying to actually no, it was a Chrome. It was a Chromebook. That's what
Oh
I first
yeah,
started. I tried streaming off a Chromebook.
yeah, they're good for like typing in Microsoft Word, and that's about it. Like I don't
But
even know if
basically,
you can browse the internet that well.
so what you see on YouTube and shit like that is you can stream from anything. They lie.
Yeah.
You cannot stream from a Chromebook. It won't even run OBS.
Bro, I'm so nervous about, and one thing that does hold me back some, um, is I'm nervous about playing games on stream because it's been pounded in my brain that like the game community defines you.
No. Yeah.
Like it used to be the thing where they would like find small games and go into that community and dominate. Stick to one game. Don't play multiple games. Don't play big sellers. So like I'm not even like streaming games because I just got all this in my brain that's just haunting me, you know?
I think I've got a theory to that. The reason why people were saying that is to keep you out of those bigger games so that they would have the platform, so the platform wouldn't become overrun.
You really think so?
I think that, I mean, that's the theory that I've had because there's been a lot of content creators that I've talked to off stream and stuff like that. It's just like, no, you play what makes you feel good.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Play what's fun for you. Forget the rest. Like if you're not having fun, you're wasting your time. But discoverability on Twitch is hard.
Yeah.
Like I can go look up like I don't even know if this is a game. I'm gonna make this up. I'm gonna make it good, okay? Like growing watermelon in a garden. Like if that's a game, like we can click on that. There's 5 people streaming it, and there might be 100 people in all those channels together. But if you can capture those 100 people, like success.
Yep.
And that's where like people they drew you to this. So here you are playing, you're watering watermelon, which is terribly boring, trying to build a community on this.
And then
To
you
whereas
switch.
to whereas like you would never when you go to Call of Duty and you click on the game, like you're scrolling 500 pages before anyone could ever even see your stream.
Yeah.
So I think that was a lot of the idea too, is like go where when they click on your game on a game, yours is going to be the best looking thumbnail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that does make sense though.
No, yeah, I understand that. That was just one of my crazy theories but but no, yeah, no, everybody I talk to is just like, okay, I think that play the non-saturated games, I think is slowly getting out of all the Twitch talks and stuff like that.
Is it?
Yeah, because I haven't seen that too much anymore. But no, yeah, you have to play what makes you feel good, what you're going to enjoy, what the camera and what the audience sees you enjoying. But you were talking about going into those smaller channels and playing something that you don't enjoy just because it has low numbers, and hopefully, and then all of a sudden you get this community of 30, 40 people that are used to you playing that one game, and then it's like, okay, now it's time to switch to the game I want to play.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're going back and watching Istanbul play.
What surprises me talking about the watering watermelons, they have a game on Steam called Pressure Washer.
Huh?
Yeah, all you do is pressure wash things.
For real?
Yeah. And believe it or not, that has a pretty big community.
Wait a second. I've seen one about cutting grass.
Yeah.
Lawnmower.
Yep.
And I promise you, I could legit ride around a lawnmower and make good stripes and yards on the game.
Yep. I
Why
mean,
is
it's
my
just
camera
like
lagging?
it's probably the internet.
Stupid internet.
Um, but
I have a
eh,
problem.
what's that? A drinking problem?
I
You don't have
ran out
enough?
of Dr. Pepper,
Oh, now it's straight.
but I'm still thirsty. So I poured just a straight cup of, by the way, this is a special edition of bourbon the owner of my company got me
Ooh.
for setting records. It's got my name literally like etched into it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's 120 proof. It's hold on.
Son's gonna be falling out of his chair before we're done.
Here we go. It's been personally selected. It's bottle number 6 out of this barrel, okay? By the Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey Company called Woodford Reserve.
Damn.
And it's like, yeah, like the bottle is like all got some fancy stuff on it. Like it's legit, bro. It's nice stuff, man. And look at this. It came with this frame, bro. You have to look at this part. Sorry to interrupt the stream. This is an ad for whiskey.
Yeah.
It came in this frame.
Oh, no
Like this
way.
little box. Yeah. I said I was never gonna crack it open, but yeah. So, what are
But
you
no.
sipping on over there, Rebel?
I found this $2.99 bottle called Bootleggers at a convenience store. I have beer. I just wanted something. I've seen it in the convenience store every time I walked in there, and I just wanted to try it. And so I grabbed it when I grabbed some of my other drinks, and I'm not
You're
very
gonna
fond of it.
feel that one in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Hold
supposed to
on,
be like 24 proof, 12% alcohol, but yeah, I don't.
Murder. You got you're drinking Bullet. What is Bullet?
Bullet.
I hope that's
Bullet.
not like. I hope you're not trying to say something. Hmm.
But no, I mean, I've seen so many people, like you said, you've seen so many people um die off and stuff like that, or lose traction and they just give up. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I almost did throw in the towel last year, and or before I started doing these, and then I found my passion for talking with people. Um, and now I can make content and not have to worry about streaming constantly.
Yeah. No, I love it that you did it, and I just want to remind you of this. Do you know you have mentioned doing this since I've known you?
Well, the reason why I started is because that's what we always ended up doing towards the end of the night was talking in stream or talking in Discord for like fucking. I mean, shit. I remember me, Chadley, and everybody else. We'd play like games for the first couple of hours, and then we'd talk for like the next 6.
No, like let's go back here to like grind time, okay? You would even say you'd spell it out in detail. I want to start a podcast, and I want to interview streamers.
No,
No, I
I was.
promised, bro. Like
Um,
it's been a thing you've wanted to do for a long time.
it's taken me a while to get out of that headspace, and I think it's what a lot of people get in. They get so deep in they get so deep in traction with what other people think of them that it stops them from doing what they want to do.
Yeah, and I think at that time also there was a lot of discussion about like finding your niche, you know.
Yeah,
And to be honest, like I still haven't found it. And if I was continue searching, like I'd probably never do it. So I've kind of just got to the point of like, let's have fun, meet some people, build some relationships. There's my niche, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, like I said, that's what I did. And when I stepped away from actually streaming, except for, and like I said, I got in with all those other people because I didn't want to stream anymore. So I was helping everybody else. And this last one that I was helping, that I was a part of, I was doing what I'm doing now, except for them, on top of trying to find people for mine. And it's like, okay, I'm just done. I'm tired
And
of living for other people,
yeah,
in
I
a
mean,
sense.
don't be too hard on yourself about that though, because that could have worked out. Um, if someone's to the point where like they just assume reap benefits from helping someone else, like that could work out for people, you know. Like there's always people behind the scenes and successful. I mean, look at some of these streamers. Like I bet they pay their mods big money. I'm just saying, you know.
Oh, that's a discussion right now.
Is it really?
Should
Like, I mean,
should you should you pay your mods?
they have to, man. Like, you look at some of these streams, and like, there's no way that's volunteer.
No, I
So,
mean I like Whips with Tim the Tatman. I'm sure he gets paid. Um,
yeah, but I mean, he's been around since the beginning, and like, he's
yeah,
his editor. Like, to be honest with you, he probably does all the work now.
yeah, but no, no. Like I said, I think the biggest thing with all streamers when they start out is they get stuck in their headspace, and
What do you consider headspace?
thinking that what you're doing, or what is it called, the imposter syndrome? Is that what's going around? To where you feel like you're doing something just for the fact because you're not being yourself is basically what it is. You're being somebody else to appease the crowd.
Well, I mean, I feel like I've probably been guilty of that.
Oh, I have to.
And I think some people have made things work doing it. Like, if you want to pretend to be a gangster and you base your whole channel around that, it may take off and it may build, but when you don't want to be a gangster anymore, your channel's gone. You know?
Exactly. You know,
So, I mean, the whole costume game, that can work, but
you've got to be in that character. I mean, you've got to take the time, the dedication, and be in that character for. I mean, just like the doc, you know, you've got to do it. Period. If you're gonna make a commitment to be a character and not yourself, you're literally got to transform yourself into that character if this is what you want. You know, if that's what you want to do with it.
yeah, I'm so glad I never tried that.
Me too.
Yeah.
I had so many people tell me, it's like, oh yeah, you should come up with a character. And it's like, okay, how the hell am I going to come up with a character with a rebel dog? I guess I can wear a dog mask and a leather jacket. That's about.
Just do it. That'd be great.
Or, you know, if I had hair, I could slick my hair back and wear a leather jacket and be kind of like, you know. But no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be unique, me, because I've seen so many people like that. They've lost themselves in that, you know, in that character, and then when they decide they don't want to be it no more, because it's like a full-time job in itself.
For sure, it is. And I mean, you can also relate that to life in general.
Mm-hmm.
I spent many years trying to be someone I wasn't, to whether it be to fit in a certain category or a certain group of people or whatever the case may be. Like, that's life. I think everybody goes through a moment of trying to be someone they're not, and a lot of people lose themselves. And that's terrible. That can really, like, boy, this is getting really deep, but I hope she never watches this, but like, I swear my mother lost herself 20 years ago, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
pretending to be someone she wasn't for a specific man with a certain wallet size. And I swear she's lost who she is, and my mother is gone. And that's crazy. But I think streamers can battle the same thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, we're entertainers. And one thing you're as an entertainer you see on the movies and everything else is like you've got to act the part, be the part,
Yeah, yeah.
and then, you know, not realizing that, you know, someday you're gonna not want to be the part anymore, and then know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, and I get it. It's hard for some people. Like, I don't like who I am per se and things about myself, but I mean, if you want to build a community, be yourself, because if you get a bunch of fakes in there, like, it's all a waste. It's all make believe. You're building something just to make yourself feel good when you're being fake. Like, what a shame, you know?
Well, it's not only that. I mean, it's just like, you know, us as humans, we're the best bullshit detector there ever could be. It's just something that's instilled in us, you know. So people might be a little naive in the beginning, but sooner or later they'll sniff out the bullshit and know that's not the
That's
real
true.
you.
That is true too. That is 100% true.
Because I've seen a lot of that happen. Just, you know, keeping an eye on, you know, things on, you know, the Twitter space and the streamer space, and, you know, all the Twitter drama that comes about is it's like, oh, they're this different person when they're live, and then when they start hitting Twitter and they start showing their true colors, or start showing that they're not as compassionate or they're not as understanding as that they claim to be on stream. You know, you can't unless you're just very very good at the con, you can't con everybody. I mean, it's just like I always tell people, it's just like you can't con a con artist. I've conned, when I was younger, I used to con people left and right. Not like bad, but I could get
Tell us
out
what
of
you really did, bro.
I could get out of some shit, put it that way. If I had to. But no, I mean yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if I had to get myself out of something when I was younger, I've kind of changed, something you kind of like put to the wayside when you grow up a little bit. I said a little bit. Um, but yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, we all done it if you think about it. We all conned our parents.
Oh, yes, bro.
I
I
mean,
was professional at it.
what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We conned our parents. We conned our teachers,
Bro, I had my parents like
or at least we
eating out of
thought
my
we did.
hand. They thought I was going to Bible studies, bro. I wasn't going to Bible studies. I promise you. So, classic car before I forget,
Mhm.
it'd have to be the Chevelle. I mean,
The
I know
Chevelle.
it's kind of everybody's thing, but
No, I like the Chevelle,
they're nice. That's for sure.
but
Current cars, Kias all the way. Just saying,
Kias.
Kias.
Yeah, even though he didn't realize they were made in 2007.
Bro, what a hunk of junk. That was crazy.
Yeah, because when I was trying to tell him, he's like, "Oh yeah, the original Kias were nothing but a tin can." He's like, "Oh man, don't be ditching on Kias." And I showed him one of the original Kias that my buddy drove, and he's like, "Oh my god, they made Kias back that long."
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be I called it the generic car of the day. That's what I called it
It was something.
because it was. Kia was not a big company back then. It was one of these generic companies, like AMC and stuff like that, that try to make a name for themselves back in the 70s and the 80s.
Do
Um,
you remember Daewoo?
Daewoo's.
I had a Daewoo Nubria for like 2 weeks.
I mean, it's just like I told you, I had an Eagle Talon.
Yeah, but
You
that was a
know,
sports car though. So
no,
like,
it was a tin can,
I
literally
thought
a tin
the ones
can.
came with like twin turbos.
No, maybe it was a Spirit. Maybe it was an Eagle Spirit. I know it was a 2-door with a trunk, and it was a tin can. You literally could hit the side of the car, and it sounded like a tin can.
Yikes. Well, it's better than plastic now.
Yeah, yeah. Because trust me, I we were out partying one night, and I got we were messing around, and we hit the door, and I put a ding in it, and I barely hit the door. I mean, I like crushed in the whole passenger side of the door.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said, you can con a con, or you can't con a con, and I think that's what a lot of people are starting to wake up and realizing is they're not trying. I don't think they try to do it, per se. Yes, there's a lot of them out there that try to, but like I said, you can only hold the character so long unless you're just really, really devoted to it. But that's like you said, that's life in general.
It is. What in the world?
So what are the other things? What are the other things you've been up to? You said you've been doing music. Um,
Yeah, so I took on a position playing in the worship band at church. Recently that's kind of fallen through. But that was fun. That kept me busy. I mean, you're talking about learning four new songs every week, you know. Took a lot of time. I went through a moment of doing some soul searching as far as a career because have you ever hit that moment? Okay, I know you have. I don't know why I'm asking you this. Where like you step back and you're like, I've been in the trap, the American trap. where you're supposed to work and have this job that you hate and make this amount of money. And so I went through that phase. Um, I took my tools home and quit my job and started a business called Grace Mobile. And I opened my own courier business. I did that for 7 months before I went back to the automotive industry. It just turned out I enjoyed it more, but I had to work a lot more. I just wasn't able to get my expenses to a level
Mm,
to where I could do that. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Um, so I went back to the auto industry, but I actually took a general manager position, and that's what I'm still doing, and that's fine. So like I'm not working on cars hardly at all, just managing a team. Um, yeah, so it's good. It's been good. It's the money I need. It's been a lot of crazy hours, but I think I got that under control now. So, but, yep,
Yeah. It's just like trying to find that balance.
it is.
It takes a
Just
while. But so what else you got planned on going? Or so are you talking about streaming side of it? Um, I know you said you're back. He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
speaking of
Um,
back, bro, I need a new chair. Like, who makes good chairs now? Gosh.
Techni, you get 25. You get 10% off if you use code the
Oh,
dog.
yeah, you're sponsored by them. You have to say that.
Well, not sponsored yet, but one of these
So,
days.
I remember years ago, I spent $700 on this gaming chair. It was like Secret Labs or something.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Whew. It was cool looking. That's all I got.
I got the notification that I got affiliated with them the same time I got affiliated with Techni. And I think what happened is they found out that I was with Techni and never sent me my code.
Ah,
And I never heard anything else from them. But I like Techni. Techni's been good to me over the years. So
yeah, I just want something comfortable. I don't care what it looks like. You know, I mean, to answer your question, what is the plans? There isn't set subjects or genres or whatever you want to say. It's just to be on, thinking, learning, participating, trying to really decide what direction I want to go. But I do know that I want to focus more off stream than on. And what I mean by that is YouTube, video creation. Um, I'd like to establish something on that nature before really putting a lot of time into actual, like, on Twitch live, if that makes sense.
yeah.
But that's really the only current direction or goal per se that I have at the moment. So.
I mean, it sounds like a pretty good goal. I mean, I think a lot of us. I mean, do you think people set their expectations too high when it comes to this? I mean, do you think that they probably need to? I don't know, like you said, sit back and just kind of like take a moment and see where you want to be. Because I think people just jump into this thinking they're going to make billions. To this day, even.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I think that's whack. I mean, unless you're talented and fortunate enough to like not have responsibilities and have the extra money to just dive in, feet first. I mean, if that's your predicament and you know where you want to go, like jump. Um, but I think the issue is people that jump that don't have a position to be jumping or really know what they're jumping for. Like I want to be a Call of Duty pro. Next week it's, I think I'm gonna move on to 7 Days to Die. I think I'm gonna try talk shows this week. Eh, like step back, breathe, get a plan. You know, and I really think, and now that I talk about it, I was so dumb because okay, maybe it was different on Mixer, but with Twitch as your platform, I don't care how long you go live. If you get 2 stragglers that stop by and drop a follow and say anything, like, you're lucky.
Yep.
You have to build a community off stream. If you don't, you're really just streaming for fun. And if that's your prerogative and that's your hobby, like, stream on, baby. But if you want to build a community, like, you're going to have to build a community. And Twitch is a community the size of the globe.
Mhm.
Like, does that make any sense at all?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like, get your bubbles on what you want to do, make some YouTube videos, get a following there, and then, like, slowly kind of add your Twitch link, or add, hey, I'm going to be live on Twitch this week, this day. And people are going to be like, oh, man, I've watched all his videos, but I've never seen him live. Bet I'll be there.
Yeah.
It's something that someone can look forward to. Not just, oh, he's live every night if we get bored, like, we know we can go say hi. I mean,
Well,
just,
what's the old adage I used to hear? Somebody was telling me there was a musician that had their dad their dad was a musician too. I can't remember. It was somebody, I guess, maybe semi sort of famous. And I, for the life of me, can't remember who it is. But anyways, the whole philosophy was, it's like he got involved in doing, singing, doing everything, going out on tour and all this other stuff. And then, he started getting burnt out. And then he asked his dad, he goes, because his dad was a musician, he goes, what's your advice for me how to do this? And he goes, always leave them wanting more.
yeah, I agree. And I think that's kind of the same concept. If you're watching someone's YouTube videos and then you have a chance to, like, interact with them live, like, what? I'm there, you know? Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, I found that out this last, starting this, um, leaving him wanting more has seemed to, like, not so much help. Like I said, I only do this just for, I only go live on Twitch to, give the community something to stop by if they want to say hi or something like that. But a lot of this is just, like I said, behind the scenes. I use this as a behind the scenes thing.
Yeah, it's
Um,
good. It's good. I like it. I
you get
do
to see
think,
the raw and
yeah, it would be super cool to do, like, I mean, I guess it's different with me because I'm just now kind of, like, coming back into the game. But, like, how cool would it be if you, like, remembered this and set a reminder in 6 months? And you're like, good times, you're coming back. Like, here's where you was then. Here's clips from this.
yeah.
Where are you at now? I just think that would be cool.
Oh, I did that with Taylor.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because she was my first guest for this segment. And that's the main reason why I asked a lot of these people back, is because, it's been a year and a half since I've talked to them on live on here. I mean, I still talk to him and interact with him on socials and Twitch and all that stuff, but to actually sit down and have a conversation, and we did. I pulled up her very first interview that we did, and she was like, "Oh my gosh." I said, there I go, you can see the big difference in who you were then to
Wow.
who
I gotta
you
go
are
check those.
now.
I gotta go check those out, bro.
And she goes, I did not realize it. She goes, my weight is under control now. Because she was just coming out of her addictions and stuff like that when we first interviewed. So you could tell by the way that she was nervous talking. She was real fidgety and stuff like that. She wasn't smiling a lot, unless we come up with a conversation that she would laugh at.
Yikes.
And this interview that we did at the beginning of the month, she was a total different person.
Bro, that's so good. Like, and
So
that's where I think your niche that you don't probably know about so much comes into play. Like, seeing that mental difference. Because I feel like you've always kind of been um, on the mental health. Like, it's always been on your heart. Let me say that. Let me put it to you like that. People's mental health has been important to you. So to see that and for you to have that on, that's cool. That's good stuff, man.
yeah, so it's just like, because it's on Twitch and it's on the YouTube. But yeah, you can see the difference between, like I said, I think she was in season 1 on YouTube. There's a season 1, season 2, season 3 at the bottom of the playlists. but I think she's in season. She's either. I'm pretty sure she was at the end of season 1.
How have you met all these creators?
Now all I do is I go through streams. I literally just go through
Just
streams.
networking. You've always been really good at that.
I find people on like Brutiful. I had just met her 2 weeks before I started the first segment. I already had all these people booked, and there was a spot in between. And I asked her if she wanted to come on, and she said sure. Just good times. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate you.
She just now followed. Sorry,
I know, right? I know, right?
She's
God.
She's probably got 4 kids hanging off her side.
But no, I just
bring me a drink.
No, I just went through. You know, like I said, you know, my biggest thing, what helped me back was the fact I was scared to death. You know, in the very beginning, you were talking about this is what I always wanted to do, was talk shows and talk to people. The reason why I never did is because I was always afraid of the answer. You know, I was afraid of the denial, the turned down. And my first 75 episodes I did, because I'm like, I think with these episodes here, I've like broke my 100 record.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's just a lot of them that are not up on YouTube. There's a lot of them that are, you know, either it wasn't something that was a complete interview or something like that, or something that would really, I don't know.
Wow, that's some real miles under your belt there, Rebs.
Oh, I literally went. I had 2 to 3 interviews a week in the beginning, and I was booked every week for like 6 months.
Huh.
And that's the reason why I kicked it back, because I was like, one, I couldn't keep up with the video editing. You know, I couldn't keep up with getting things up. It's the reason why there's a big span in between what's up there and what's not up there. And but yeah, no, I just started going through people's streams and I started asking them, and I finally got out of the headspace. It's like, what is the worst they can say? No. You know.
So, did you see that tweet that I tagged you in earlier for sniping for Dom?
Mm-mm.
So, you have to see the date on that. That's how long I've known Derek.
Oh, what you were talking about? Look at the date.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about. I was all in my headspace. It's like, oh my god, did I put the wrong date on my tweet for the Tonight Show?
Oh, that's great.
So it's like I was looking through my tweets. I was like, no, what the hell is he talking about? But yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch his interview, because I've interviewed him too. He tells about how he got started in Mixer, and it's
Where
a great.
Are these at? Are these on YouTube or are they on your VODs?
On YouTube. Well, they should be here and on YouTube. Because I highlight all of I highlight all these on Twitch just to keep them there, because if you highlight your VODs, they stay forever. They're just not discoverable unless you go to the point that says highlights, or if you pull them up on your main page, set your main page to your highlights.
Yeah.
But no. Oh, I just about closed this tab. That would have been bad.
Oh.
Yeah, if you go up, there should be, if I haven't, I keep moving my shit around on YouTube because I'm trying to set. But yeah, at the bottom, I believe it's at the bottom.
So I know, I think I've seen you do Psycho Plays once.
Yep, I've done Psycho.
Did you tell me he's done streaming?
I don't know for the magic. I don't think he's done. I think he's just trying to figure. Well, I'm sure most of his community knows, but he's got. I don't know exactly what all, but he's to the point where he's getting something's wrong with him, where he's trying to prepare himself because he's going to be in a wheelchair.
I know that he had problems sitting there, and that was years ago.
So the doctors have told him, I guess, or something. I mean, I can't go into detail because I don't know a lot of it, so I'm not going to spread rumors. Yeah. You just have to. I'm pretty sure he's an open book about it because I know he talks to his community about it. Yeah, I don't think he's like done. I think he's like partners in I think he's working with Dom in that Hyperlux. I think he works with Dom and Hyperlux. Because Hyperlux is that big. I mean, they started that back in Mixer, him and Dom and somebody else, and then now Psycho's on with them. It has something to do with promoting content creators and like the esports side of things.
Huh. That's cool. It's crazy to see people that you used to game with make it so far. It's kind of cool. Like, I feel like, man, didn't you say Mister was coming back?
Mister is back.
Is he on Twitch?
Yeah, it's Mister Streams now though.
Mister Streams.
Yeah, and it's a Z at the end for the S. But yeah, he's a Dead by Daylight creator. He plays a shit ton of Dead by Daylight. He quit playing Call of Duty when they started going through all their sexual misconduct stuff. He boycotted them.
Mr. Streams.
Yeah,
I found him.
He's still the same old dude. He's the same good dude. He talks a lot. You know, is not a. I mean, I don't know how. I don't think he ever takes a breath when he talks, but. But no, I mean, I just. Yeah, you just got to find what you want, what you love to do, and this is what I love to do, and.
So, in my coming back, one thing I've noticed, maybe you can give me advice on. Man, after working all day, come home, like, bro, like, do we fight ourselves to go to our desk and fire up? And don't tell me what you're doing, I want to know what you think. Or do we say, if I'm this tired, I shouldn't have to force myself, and we skip that night? Because I really I've experienced that the past couple months. Is by the time I'm home, I'm like, I want to sit in my chair. So
Yeah, I mean I do that. I mean it's just like, especially if I know I have a full schedule of interviews. I know I'm still going to be streaming. I'm still going to be doing something I like doing, so I don't worry too much about the gaming side. But no,
schedules make a big of a difference, as they say.
No consistency. I don't think having a set schedule, like I'm going to be here at 7:00. I don't. You know, things like this. If you're doing things like this, where people look,
it's a little different.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were like, I'm going to stream on Wednesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Like, do you think it's like make or break it to be there?
I think as long as you let your community know. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it was one of those things I've struggled with. I don't think anybody really knows the correct answer to that, because everybody's different. All the viewers, your community's different. Because some people's communities are tight knit, you know, and they understand. And then you have the other communities that, you know, they're just, you know, free flow communities, what I call them. People just randomly come and go as they please. You know, I think like maybe if, you know, Shroud don't have a schedule, Ninja don't have a schedule. He just goes live and everybody shows up.
Yeah, the world shows up.
Yeah. No, Shroud don't. I mean, I think when you're starting out, to have some type of, you know, like you said, Monday.
Rough.
Like I'm going to stream on Mondays, you know, between. Yeah. Shh, no, because they can find me now. Don't say that. Before they couldn't find me because they'd have to go through the entire house. Now I'm at the front of the house. They can just come through the front window if they wanted to. But no, I think that if you just set like, hey, I'm going to be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are my days, you know, from 7 to 10, you know, I might go live between that. I would not set a time, because then it becomes a job. Because then you feel like you're required to be there at that time. Yeah,
that's true.
You know, it's just like these, you know, I say 7:30, 8 o'clock, but, you know, I can see people I can see people coming into the chat, you know, what the time is supposed to be here.
Oh, can you really?
Yeah, if you go, click your browser to viewers, you can see them pop in. Um, but and so it's just like, now will they come back? Most of the time with these kind of things, they come back because they just leave the browser open until it goes live. But people know me enough now. It's just like, okay, if he's not right on the money, he's going to be there a few minutes,
Yeah.
But I think keeping
Isn't
your community informed.
isn't there a way to send a message to all your followers in Twitch now?
Your subs, you can.
Hmm.
Now, anybody that has the bell on gets a notification in their email or on their Twitch page or their
Yeah.
Twitch mobile.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as far as I know, I don't know. I haven't played it. I mean, I'm sure they're probably something because they add something new. And everybody, and I know people say that Twitch is not discoverable, does not discover you. But you basically have Twitch is Twitch. I mean, the channel itself. I mean, the company itself does not help you. But the channel is you got to think of one thing. The channel is a web base. It's a website. What is one thing that people preach when you're in website building? SEO, search engine optimization. The website will pick up your VOD title. It will pick up because Google sends a spider through Twitch, which a spider is what goes through and pulls all the HTML tags and everything else, or the header tags.
Okay, but where can you search for something? Okay, so like, I don't feel like there's a place on Twitch because, bro, I like to watch streams and I try to find new people to communicate with, but I find myself scrolling because there's not like a lot of filters.
Oh no, that's where
You
they
know?
fall short. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's just like YouTube's recommendation page. Um,
Yeah, but
YouTube
how do people
controls
get
that.
there? You know?
YouTube controls that. YouTube will push. It's like TikTok. Once this is one thing I have found out about TikTok. It's like TikTok will, if you're signed up as a creator on the creator program, um, which you can do after you hit 1,000 views or 1,000 followers. You can sign up for the creator program and you can do a lot of cool things once you hit 1,000 followers. But people are not signing up for this creator program and they're not getting the benefits of the creator program.
I don't even know about the creator program. That must be newer.
It started probably maybe 2 years ago, but they don't advertise it.
Yeah.
You
But I
know?
also lost I think I lost 1,000 followers during my break.
Oh, they scrubbed the bots because I lost a shit ton too.
Did you?
Yeah, and then I got them. I got all the bots back. So the scrub didn't work very well because it's like every time they would dump 100, I'd get 50. But I don't know. That could have been just actual people that were following me too. I don't know. But I don't interact. I don't do a lot on TikTok right now. I've got to go live sometime this month because I'm part of the creator program, so I got access to the live studio.
Oh, you're talking about TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I have a lot on TikTok. I have like 1,400.
Oh
I
no,
just haven't
Twitch.
done much with it.
Yeah, Twitch did the same thing. They scrubbed all the bots back when the hate raids and stuff were going on. They went through and because I would literally, you could sit there and literally pull up your streamer dashboard every Sunday and you could literally watch your account drop 10, 15, 100, 150.
Nice.
And I'm like, I was sitting there, I was like amazed. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why am I losing so many followers? Because I didn't realize I got botted that bad.
Right.
And then when they brought it out, it's like, oh, they're scrubbing the channel. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah, it does make sense.
But no, I think, like I said, when it comes to discoverability, I mean, you can SEO your. It doesn't pick up like that's what cracks me up is like people put hashtags and everything in their stream title.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't do anything. I hate to tell you that. It does not do anything.
What does?
Your stream title, you just put a short stream title, a a short stream title in, something that's catchy, not like, I'm live, come
Live
say
stream.
hi. Yeah. Put something catchy. It's just like, I am the number one COD master of the world or Pokemon master of the world. That gets people's attention. It doesn't, and it's clickbait, but YouTube is clickbait. You're taught to clickbait, but it's really not clickbait because if you have a catchy title, it's just like I have one clip that I did with Brew and it says, go clean your room. That's one of the titles because she's talking about having the little kids come in her comms when she's playing Call of Duty and telling her she's trash and everything else. And she goes, I'm trash. Just shut the hell up or shut the F up. And it says like, go clean your room, boy. So that's why I put it in there. It's in the VOD. But no, I haven't figured out anything. I know I'm supposed to be talking, hopefully once Dom gets a little time here in another month or so. He said he would come back on and we're going to talk about TikTok analytics and stuff like that. Since he blew up on TikTok.
Well, he's done that food thing, right?
Yeah, he blew up on TikTok through that. But that's just it. With anything, you just got to find your niche. Niche, whatever the hell it's called.
Bro, if I did my camera, what the heck? Rip.
It's probably
Yikes.
Resources.
I need to buy a better camera.
It doesn't. I mean, it looks great.
Yeah, but I don't want to chop it and stuff.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing about. Well, my cameras do that. My camera will lag out. My streaming camera, my other GoPro that I use for my streaming side when I've gamed.
Yeah.
If I move my hand up and down real quick, there's this you'll see this horizontal line going through it.
Oh, like autofocus.
Yeah, and it's nothing's on. But this camera, because I thought it was the camera, so I swapped cameras over, and it's not the camera. So it's either got to be, and it's not the capture card. So I think it's my computer. Well, I've got like 90 billion things attached to both computers, so I'm sure my computers.
You have a lot.
My computers are going, motherfucker, you need to let us rest.
That's one thing I'm thinking about. Like, can my laptop handle me doing this again without me having to build a desktop? Or should I just start buying parts?
I would just start buying parts because
Really?
the new Call of Duty is very, very heavy.
Because, I mean, my laptop's pretty, like, it's got the Ryzen 7, and it's got a 3060 graphics card.
Or just get you another laptop just to stream off of.
Run 2 laptops?
Yeah. It's no different than running 2 PCs.
And then just, like, what, use a capture card for...
Either that or just buy you one of the cheap Walmart PCs just to put OBS on. That's all you put on it.
Wonder if they could stream well, though.
I mean, that's what my other one is. My other one has, it has a bunch of old programs and stuff on it, but I don't do anything with my streaming computer other than run a browser and run my OBS.
Huh.
And the monitors. The monitors take up a lot of resources. But those are just for...
One thing I do miss. Like, I had, 3 monitors mounted. One was upside, long ways for chat. And now I got a laptop and another monitor.
When I moved to this room, before I moved to this room, when I was in my other room, I had a total of 6 monitors.
Yikes.
I had 3 for the top, 3 for the bottom. And when I moved in here, I downgraded. I've got one right here for my streaming. Well, those 2 back there are just that one on the bar is going to be for the chat when we start doing bar night, and that's all it's going to be on there is just a chat box. That way I don't have to squint to see clear across the room.
So I could run another computer and just run OBS.
Yeah.
But how would I get all of this stuff? Like, would I just go select like capture card?
Um, okay, so like on your capture card side, you hook like on the Elgato capture card.
Yeah.
What is it? You hook the USB that comes off of it. You hook it into your streaming computer. You hook the HDMI out into your gaming computer, or no, the other way around. Your USB-C goes from your gaming computer into your capture card. HDMI from your capture card into your streaming computer, and then it picks up. Because I'm what we're on right now is my gaming computer because it's got the highest resources. It doesn't have a lot of stuff on it because I just mainly use it for gaming. It doesn't have anything else running on it.
Huh.
Now my streaming computer, it's just old. It's the original one. When I actually first started getting into streaming.
I'll have to think about that.
I tell you what, I mean, I know it's kind of late now because it's past Christmas, but I mean, if you can find one, I mean, even a pre-build, I know anybody, if you guys go to Amazon, like in November, right before Black Fridays, Amazon usually starts putting all their computers and electronics on sale quick or faster. That way you could, because my first streaming computer, I have two CyberWorks or CyberPowers, and I'm sorry, I love CyberPowers. I have had no issues with them, other than the fact the pre-builds come with the cheap ass graphics cards. But
isn't that a Best Buy brand or something?
I don't know. I think so, maybe.
Huh.
But they got it. They don't. I mean, they still sell CyberPower, but it's not their main brand anymore. It's some other brand.
Yeah.
But I half price. I mean, I got my first one was $1,400 retail 4 years ago, and I got it for like $7.
Nice.
The following year, I bought my gaming computer, which is another CyberPower, a little bit bigger motherboard. And like I said, they come with small graphics cards, so you're going to be spending the extra $300 for a bigger graphics card. But
well, I mean, I can build them pretty easily. I built my first one.
it's cheaper to build.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was going to do this year, and I don't know why I didn't. I talked myself out of it.
I don't know if I can convince the wife into it, so I may like start to Uber one night a week to pay for the PC or something. But hey, I can make shows on Uber, right?
Yeah.
Like a section on YouTube of my Uber nights.
Yeah. Yeah, because you'll probably see a lot of crazy shit. I found my batteries for my GoPros, so if the batteries work on them, I plan on, once I figure how to do it, I plan on taking my GoPros with me to work and maybe I can't do a live stream, but I can record it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in my truck long enough.
And then edit it.
Yeah. Because there's some stupid ass fucking people that I see on the roads.
Yeah, I mean, I could even use cell phones for recording that stuff, really.
I had a nephew of mine that plays the American Truck Simulator.
Yeah.
He plays that, but he's also a truck driver. So when he goes out on the road, he takes his camera and he hooks it to his laptop in the truck, and he puts American Truck Simulator as the game he's playing. But in the title of his stream, he goes American Truck Simulator IRL.
So how are people getting internet now on the road like that?
Satellite.
Like you pay for like a router or something, or?
No, it's a lot of these new trucks have it already. You see those little itty bitty dishes on top, or the little round knobby things on top of the trucks?
Yeah.
Those are satellite dishes.
Oh, wow.
But they hook to a lot of the companies you already have paid internet through the company, so they can keep track of you. Because all freight trucks have to be what they call electronic logs now, so they're all automatically uploaded to your home base all the time.
Yeah.
And they control it that way. And when you run through a port, A lot of times trucks don't even have to stop unless there's something wrong with their logs. Because a lot of times you run through the port. Though we have one out here in between Kansas and Oklahoma. There's a an electronic log reader that you just go through there's a weigh station on both sides, but you go through the weigh station and it reads your logs without even having to stop.
Huh. Bro, but
It's
wouldn't you
crazy.
have to put your mic and everything on
I
the
don't know.
streaming?
Yeah, your interface has to be on the, like my Go XLR is no, my Go XLR is wired into my gaming PC. It's your input outputs on your audio. That's all you have to switch.
So how would you get that over to your streaming computer?
Yeah, is this like I can't remember which one it is. But one cable goes into your, like the input from your Go XLR goes into the output of one, and the output of one computer goes into the input of the other,
Oh,
or your
okay.
Go XLR. It's just RCA, or not RCA jacks, but yeah, it's just two audio cables. You hook one into the in on the Go XLR and out onto the one PC, and out on the Go XLR to the end on the other PC. That's the only thing that's hooked up to mine. Now my Stream Deck is on my streaming computer, so it's got to be routed into it. But my Go
See, this
XLR is
sounds
routed into this one.
like, is it easier just to build a massive PC that can handle both?
Yes,
You know?
less headaches.
Yeah, I bet.
It took me a year, and I still have problems because when I first started this, I was able to listen to my alerts off my streaming computer without it interfering with, me talking or anything else. And I can't do it now without feedback. And I don't. It was something in the software, the last software update that the Go XLR had. And now
Yikes,
there's,
that's not good.
so I've got to have. I mean, I can keep it low to where I can, but I still miss it, especially if I'm playing a game because I can't hear it. So I got to keep a browser open, like from Stream Elements or whatever I'm using on my gaming computer, so I can put it on my system sound so I can hear it. Nobody else can.
So, what do you think? One, and you can correct me if I'm like way off topic here, but like, so in the
We have
summertime,
topics.
I fish a lot,
Uh-huh.
and I want to start making some content for that for like YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But how can I like correlate? Okay, so on YouTube, you can put like fishing videos on one section. You can have gaming on another. Like YouTube, you can categorize things like that in your channel, right?
Yeah. You can in
So
Twitch too.
as far as Twitch goes, though, like, do you think people that follow your content from YouTube on fishing would come over to Twitch to watch you play games? Or should you
Maybe.
just consider them like totally, like, try not to intertwine them all? You
No,
know?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't try.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
what
I would.
happens?
I would still. Yeah, I would still promote your Twitch channel. It's like, hey, you know what? If you want to come watch me game or whatever, I'm live on Twitch. We play
Yeah.
this. We do that. We talk. We chat. We sing. We play games, and because
But
if somebody's gonna be interested in you watching fishing, they're gonna be interested in you.
yeah, that's what I figured too. It's going to be more about the person than what's being going on. Whether it's gaming or fishing or whatever it is.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna have those ones that, just like games, you're gonna have the ones that watch just because they want to watch you fish. What you're gonna catch next or something
Yeah.
like that. But then for the most part, I mean, they're watching that because they like you. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, streaming is something that is, I think that's the reason why I've stuck with it so long, is because it's ever changing. It's a challenge and it keeps me intrigued. That's the reason why I can't play certain games. That's why I'm thinking I'm gonna have a hard time with YouTube, or not YouTube, with Tarkov. But I don't know. Like I said, I haven't played it since they put multiplayer in there. And yes,
No,
Gun, if you're still listening, I've re-downloaded it on my computer.
Yeah, I need to look at that game, and I need to look at that other one too. What I was telling you about. What was it called? 4 or something?
Sorry, I just read your message.
Oh,
but so tell everybody. I'll probably break this off because I know you probably want to go hang out with the fam before you have to go to bed because you got to work tomorrow, don't you?
yeah, and it's supposed to be super snowy and have like 8 inches of snow.
Yeah, we're supposed to get some snow tonight. I think it's actually snowing now. But no, I appreciate you doing this. So why don't you tell everybody real quick where they can find you, and if you have some type of an idea of when they can find you, I would just say probably follow him and hit the notification bell. That way you know when he goes live.
Yeah, I mean that's the best bet. So I think I seen my channel in the chat for my Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have a Twitter also. The same Good Times name. That's about it at the moment. Ask Rebel Dog if you're curious where I am. Just be like, "Yo, where's Good Times?"
Yep, I'll point you in the right direction.
Is he on? He is on.
Oh yeah, he's on for at least another few minutes, anyways.
Thanks, guys. It's good to see you guys. Love you all.